the only way to stop Trump is to just cross the line and try to have him arrested. That precipitates their fall.
You know, I the first that this whole parallel economy thing got really, really real for me was this past week when the Lady Ballers trailer came out. It looks like a Hollywood level production movie, right? Like it looks really good. The preview's funny. I don't know. It's like we're finally figuring things out how to make it really work and take it to that highest quality level.
Yes, but we should say, who cares? Hollywood can go make their weird Marvels that bombs. Worst Marvel movie ever. Less than the Hulk.
Which one is this?
The new one that just came out, the Marvels.
The Marvel, yeah.
It made less money than the Hulk did, and that was considered to be like the black sheep of the MCU. And now the Marvels did worse. And I'm like, yo, they're losing culturally. They're losing really, really bad. Actually, you know what? Let's jump to this story, and we'll talk about it. We have this from the Financial Review. Gen Z could be the most conservative generation ever. They go out less, have less sex, and lose their virginity later. What is up with young people and teenagers? And there's a couple questions about what this really means. So let me break it down for you very simply. First, the most conservative doesn't mean that Gen Z as a monolith believes certain things. It could be that 30% are super far left, but 31% are super conservative. And then people in the middle are whatever. So now it's the most conservative. But what I think this actually means is you have to, when you're talking about conservative versus progressive, you have to look at the relativity of the previous generations. If you took someone from 1650 and compared them to Joe Biden looks progressive as they come, despite the fact that he's an old man. Or more importantly, like Chuck Grassley. Like take like an actual Republican who's considered a conservative, compare him to a dude from the 1600s, and you're going to be like, the guy from the 1600s is backwards and, you know, super far right or whatever, however you describe it. So when we're asking whether or not someone's conservative, the question is, are they more traditional or less traditional by the previous generation standards? And the argument being made here is that Gen Z is less traditional than the previous generation standards, indicating they've shifted back towards traditional values in a way we have not seen in 100 years. We saw this data back in 2018. We're seeing it repeated over and over and over again. That suggests while Gen Z probably has similar politics to millennials, the fact that on certain areas they've moved more traditional, more conservative, this suggests Gen Z is actually the most conservative by movement, not by politics. I want to make sure that's clear. We are not saying that a 20-year-old has the same politics as Chuck Grassley. We're saying that a 20-year-old has more conservative views than a 35-year-old.
To throw a wrench in this, this says they go out less, have less sex, and lose their virginity later. I'm sorry to tell you guys, the economy, the inflation, people cannot afford to go out. And because of Tinder and crap, one wealthy guy's getting like 10 women. So those girls aren't around to have sex with anymore for those kids, those guys, those humans.